I remember doing a video about anti-natalism, this whole entire push and agenda of saying to people you should not have kids. Uh, you know, my thing about it is that I'm not against people having kids. I just think that people should be cautious, and it just seems like a lot of stuff is going on in society to pervert your kids. But I'm never going to be one against people who decide to want to have children, women that want to get pregnant and men who want to be fathers. I just think that you should play the game smart and know what you're getting yourself into, especially if you're an inspiring father. Just understand exactly how things is going to roll in this society and how you prepare for it, or how you can get your sons and daughters out the matrix if you got the money to, you got the resources, or you know somebody who knows somebody. But anti-natalism, they take this approach and they give in all these different things to say it's not good to have children, or it's inhumane, or try to use all these triggering words to make it seem like having kids is a monster effect. You know what I mean? So plain and simple, I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on exactly what is that you guys thought about the video. So starting off with Pure Butterfly Spirit 02 says the scriptures say, be fruitful first. Definition of fruitful, adjective, producing good results, beneficial, profitable, fruitful investigations. Most people aren't doing good things to create a fruitful environment for children to enter into as well. When they get here, they aren't instructing, loving, nurturing their children. So to fill the earth, there's a requirement first. And let's be honest, not many people are raising their children with that requirement. Absolutely. They're not. And I guess there was someone who commented, Pure Butterfly Spirit, she responded, incorrect. The statement was made twice in Genesis 1st and the 2nd chapter. So the creation before Adam and Eve, that statement was made. Genesis chapter 1, 27, verse 27 to 28. So God created mankind in his own image, and in the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. 28. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful, increase in number. And she replies, I think most servants of God were married. Moses, Isaiah, David, etc., all married. Good with the verses. Thank you. Sissy Fiend Existence 8955 says, step 1, lose the belief in fairy tales, the Bible, and supernatural figments of your imagination, God/gods. Step 2, realize that life is the result of naturalistic forces amounting to a cosmic accident and serves no purpose other than fulfilling ultimately pointless series of needs and wants. Step 3, do not impose life on more sentient beings. Well, to respond to you, dude, I think you're going off of the Big Bang Theory. And the thing about it is the funny thing of what you're saying is a theory. The funny thing about science is when they talk about theories, it's a theory. It's an educated guess. So there is no actual proof to prove that it was a Big Bang Theory. They're still trying to figure that out. And its terms is the Bible. It's funny how you guys always want to sit up there and say Bible is a problem when a lot of you guys keep having a debate about the Bible and going back to the Bible as a point of reference. So it's funny you can tell that about me and you keep sitting up there talking about a cosmic accident. Prove how that works. Let me know if you can do that. And the thing about it is, do not impose life on sentient beings. It's not imposing life. It's just the fact no matter what were you trained to do when it comes to sex, usually. Okay. Now we understand sex is enjoyment and stuff like that, but the purpose was what? To sit up there and have kids. And I'm not sitting up there saying that everybody needs to have kids, but obviously we understand what the purpose of what it was, what it's used for is. Winston Gen 5360 says we need to be imprisoning breeders, not rewarding them with tax breaks. So when you say imprisoning breeders, what does that mean? Are you saying that people out there who have kids are not responsible? Dudes that stick their phallus inside women, have babies with them, and just leave? Like, what is it that you're relating to? Just make that clear. Samar Dave 1364 says, first off, your God doesn't exist. Okay. Second, anti-natalist philosophy is concerned with reducing or eliminating suffering. If you're against anti-natalism, you're basically supporting suffering. I would advise you to go research antinatalist philosophy and read books from David Benatar, an author, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, to have a better understanding before criticizing the movement without having much knowledge on it. Well, I have no problem researching your stuff, but the thing about it is, and what you're saying, the funny thing about you and people like you and saying this anti-natalist philosophy, you're supporting the people who's programming you. See, the funny thing is, a lot of these fake little rebels, a lot of you people that's in my comment section, y'all talking all this shit, y'all don't even understand y'all being programmed worse than I am if that's the case. You understand? This also supports depopulation. You do understand that, right? So the thing about you talking about anti-natalism, you're also actually giving credence to what the government or what the powers that be wants you to do, which is support depopulation. But go on. Go ahead and say that I need to research and saying that I'm criticizing the movement. Absolutely, I am criticizing. What you going to do about it? Ash Wickety 4273 says, SHK organizer from the article here. No elites behind the group, just empathetic people trying to make the world a less shitty place in little ways. I'm pretty sure the elites love when people continue to pump out wage slaves. Did you look at the SHK website by any chance? Encouraging people to think critically about a massive decision that will impact more than just their own life isn't harmful, nor is encouraging people to care for already existing life, as there are so many who don't even have their basic needs met. Well, we can agree to disagree on certain things, and I actually can agree with you on that last part you're saying. There are a couple of people out there who try to create lives or create babies where they can't even take care of them themselves. I can agree with you on that. But when I had made the speech of talking about the elites being behind, well, you say the elites being behind the group, say the powers that be. There's no way you're going to tell me about the powers that be that's allowing you guys to put it on billboards and be able to go ahead and do all these different things to say the things that you're saying. See, a lot of you radical groups don't understand you are programmed. You're not free thinkers. You're free thinkers off of the illusion to think you're going against the status quo of the environment. That's a funny thing about a lot of these free thinkers and a lot of these rebels who want to sit up there and go in a clickety-clack spree against someone like Bronzebird. But I'm not here to insult you. I'm just here to sit up there and say, we can agree to disagree on that. But absolutely, you have your opinion and I have my opinion at the end of the day. Cool. Tin Val says Portland, Oregon, and NYC got hot. I guess you meant hit. Got hit the hardest during the pandemic. My question is, what the hell are they doing in those two states? Something is going. I think every state that has a black mayor has something weird happening. Well, it's funny you say that because I actually thought about that too. And I was like, was black people who became mayors of a certain city or a certain metropolitan area being used as a downfall of that particular city before a bigger downfall happens in this country? It's just something I want to put on the market. It's something I want to actually put out there as a form of a question, a theory, because that's exactly what I think. The Wacky World of OTV says, anti-natalism, really? Although I believe that people should have the option to decide whether or not they want to have children, the art of creating an entire movement to go against human procreation is going a little bit too far. This sounds like some brainwashing program concocted by the elites, but disguised as a human struggle, an attempt to manipulate the world into reducing its population. Great video, by the way. Thank you, Wacky World of OTV. And that's basically what I was saying. But, again, a lot of the problems with a lot of these movements that's out here, they really believe that they're natural born rebels. And the thing about it is they're being used by the higher uppers in order to go ahead and combat against people who are free thinking. And to go with your first statement, that's one thing that I actually agree with. You should have the choice on whether you want to have a family or not. That can be based on economical status, where you live, and other factors at play. And if you two get along and you guys have made the plan to have a child. One of these cakes 6184 says, I think that these are a bunch of people from the alphabet community advocating for BS that normalizing them. Gay people can't reproduce, so they normalize themselves by discouraging cisgender people from childbearing. Well, thing about it is, cisgender is a term that I can't stand using. It's annoying because what they're trying to basically give off the notion, and by that standard, what CIS stands for is common in society. And the thing about it is, the alphabet community is a Trojan horse for a lot of different movements. So the thing about it is like, unfortunately, people might get mad at me, but it is what it is. The thing about it is, the LGBTQ community is one set community that works with other communities to be a rebel against the everyday person who believes in the binary or the state of how things are in a society the way that they are. So the thing about it is that they want to challenge that, and anti-natalism is definitely one of the plugs to challenge everyday people on thinking it's a problem to have children. So, there's a lot of ways to slice that pie, basically, is what I'm saying. Morality without addiction 797 says, hello, I funded the billboards. I'm most certainly not one of the elites, whatever that means. So it's not as secretive or as much of a conspiracy as you might think. If I were one of the elites, I guess in the sense of being wealthy, I fund these billboards in every city. Well, my thing about it is like, dudes like you. See, the thing about it is, y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about me arguing with you. It's not about me coming at you and stuff like that. You guys are just doing the everyday work of putting up those billboards. But behind closed doors, who's funding it? And do you know their information? And where do you know they come from? Have you done the big research about who's funding those billboards for you, or you put all the money in yourself? See, again, a lot of you rebels are programmed. The thing about it is, y'all want to go ahead and talk about me and saying that it's a conspiracy and this, that, and the third, and that's your opinion. At the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion. But I will say this. There's a reason why you're able to do all this stuff now in, I believe, 2022, 2023, as opposed to if you ever tried to do this back in the 90s or the early 2000s. There's a reason why. I will definitely say it's because of a paradigm shift, and maybe that's another conspiracy that I'm bringing up right now. But there's a reason why a lot of these workings of going against the status quo is happening now in our society as compared to the last couple of decades, because it's becoming overt, not covert. One of these cakes 6184 replies, I'm going to check out your content on your channel. I think off the bat you're from California. And they respond, they're talking. But a very controversial topic. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be back with another responding to your comments. Peace.